Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Daily Teachings. Anything we discuss is just for educational purpose, nothing is financial advice. All right guys, just want to try to do a quick recap today. I'm not going to do the introduction or spend time on the introduction, but I will go through all the trades today we did in the community, and also what I tweeted and how the setups I tweeted. I'll show you how they worked out, and you can follow through all these setups and use these teachings that I've been teaching for over 8-9 years freely on Twitter on my ripstereducation.com as well. We trade it in our live community, Tanner Trade Group, which is one of the largest trading online live trading educational community where we trade all these setups. You can learn more about it, watch my other recaps, other videos, or you can follow us at tannertradegroup.com. Anyways, without taking too much time, let's start today's recap. I will show you the pre-market planning that we do live. I will show you what was the plan we made for the stock and how we traded the stock, how was my guidance, because I'm on live screen and I'm on voice guiding the traders, thousands of traders through these trades so that we can make big winners and small losers. All right, let's start. All right, so let's start with Tesla today. So Tesla, I mean, before I show you what happened later in the day, our trade was finally a amazing trade, almost $20 per share profit for traders. You can see that some traders got 20 per share profit, some traders got 15 per dollar share profit, some 10 and 400% almost on the options. Before we even got there, we were actually quite chopped at the open. You know, the open, let's look at the pre-market plan and then we'll talk through it. So let's look at the pre-market plan. So the pre-market plan on Tesla was curl bias, right? So my bias was already to curl Tesla. That was my bias. That was the bias I gave in the pre-market. You know, our EPS miss, revenue beat. As I told the traders, if 422 holds, we have a curl bias. Watch the amateur moves for confirmation. No go under 420. Now the initial amateur candle was actually short, because it dipped as it broke 420 to take it short. It dipped to 414 and 410 was our target, but right away it swiped back over 420. Remember the 420 level. So we got out of the short, and then we got we were looking for the longs, but the longs were also choppy. This candle could not push over the clouds, so we got chopped out there, right? So we could not push over the cloud. Again it pushed. Watch my, so see, we exited the shorts, and we tried to short again. It held. It did not work. Then I saw the bar. Then what happened was it pushed. At that point of time I told everybody, wait, 426 is your breakout, right? Do not short it. 420 is being held. It's a 10 a.m. curl. Do not short it. So 426 will give the breakout. So at that point, I give traders these two possibilities, right? Either we do this, either we do this. More likely scenario was it doing this. You see, I already drew this line before the move happened. Either we do this, either we do that. And at that point we went to a 30-minute chart. Why did we go to 30-minute chart? We went to 30-minute chart because the 10-minute was too choppy, but the 30-minute chart was trying to curl from Ripster clouds, and we had the other MTF clouds above as well. So let's see what happened next. So next what happened was, you want to see that the 30-minute actually broke out of that. It did break out of that level, like right here, 426 breakout, and this level, if I can draw it again for you guys, you can see that this is a 426 level. Not only that, it was also, if I show you that, it was also a cup and handle. This was the handle. And it doesn't have to be textbook. It has to make sense to you. It makes sense to me. So it was my cup and handle, right? So again, it tried to dip here because the 420 seller was big, right? But we knew if 426 breaks out, we will get 428 and 430, right? So we were range bound. And then it started to break out. I told the traders breaking out. This was the move. I even tweeted out this move on, so this was the 30-minute chart that I shared on Twitter. You can see that how I was showing this setup, that how the setup is trying to break out and it's going to clear the 426 seller. So I told, as I mentioned, I told the 426 seller, once we clear it, we are going to break out. We're going to break out and will give us 428 and 430 once we clear this level. And also, as I mentioned, this was a cup and handle. You can draw this cup and handle. There's a cup and handle breakout at 426 as well. So once the 426 breakout hit, we hit 430. Right away we've hit 430, and we went on to flag under the 1 hour MTF cloud. This was the MTF breakout 1 hour. This was 2021 MTF breakout, and I continuously gave the traders the target of 435. Then I gave next target of 440. Then I gave next target of 442, 450. You do not cut. You hold, and then we got some gamma squeeze as well. This is how the traders were making $20 per share profit, $15 per share profit, 400%. Even if you're risking $1,000, you were making 5 grand on this trade. Even you could make up to 10 grand on this trade. That's how you get the home runs. Even though we were choppy in the morning, but remember, this 420 level was so important that we discussed in the pre-market. 420 level to hold. Watch the amateur moves. No go under 420, right? So everything was a planning, no hindsight, no BS. Learn the levels if you want to make money in the stock market. Understand the importance of the levels. Swing trade, even if you're swing trading in Tesla from this 420 level, that's fine. It's really good. You could risk the 420 level. I'm showing you 30-minute chart. You can swing with the 30-minute chart, buy the swing here, put the stops under 418, 420, and just swing it, right? Just hold it. Now take some off on the swing and leave rest. Move your stops up with the 1 hour chart. I will have stops at 435 area now. So that's how you do it. That's how you day trade. That's how you swing trade. Live guidance. I teach you every day how to do these trades. Understand the chart patterns. Understand the amateur move. Understand the levels, the range, the flags, the cup and handles, and you will do pretty good. Amazing trade on Tesla. Let's go to the next one. Alright, so next one we're going to cover is Netflix. So Netflix was our day 2 short. Let's take a look here. Day 2 short, day 2 short. Netflix was pretty easy setup. This is a day 2 strategy that I teach every day in the pre-market planning. When we did our pre-market planning, it was our number 1 a day 2, day 3 setup. Earnings, day 2 repeatable strategy. I have been teaching it for you for a long time. Watch the previous YouTube videos, come in the community, watch the webinar, and the plan was to long over 1127, 512 curls, short if it's under yesterday's lows. As soon as I saw it breaking right here at pre-market lows, I told that it's a day 2 short. I was on the voice. I told the traders a day 2 short. The target I gave was 1100. You see, I gave the target of 1100 way early when we were trading at around 1115. Even yesterday we were looking for this level, and Netflix was amazing day 1 short as well, right? So Netflix was amazing day 1 short. So we hit 1106s, then we bounced back over the pre-market lows or the yesterday lows. At that point, I told the traders to cover some in case it holds this yesterday lows, then we have a problem. But it actually rejected the 512s. You see, this is the power of the 512 clouds. You short closer to the clouds, you buy the puts here, and your puts are again going 100%. And from that reject, I told the trader 512 reject, 1106 test again. If we break 1106, we are going to 1100, and that's where we hit 1100. Now, if we had broke 1100, we would have gone much lower, but this is a psychological level. They defended it, and that's where it bounced, that's where it curled, and I told the traders to exit here right at this candle, and you see where I told them to exit. This is where you get your 512 curls, longs as well, and you could easily make $6-7 back on the bounce, or you could trade the leverage ETFs. So this is how you trade, guys, on a day 2 earning strategy. Make sure you learn this strategy. Watch yesterday's videos, watch all the recaps of this week. It's full of the earning strategies that we trade every day. Earnings season, one of the most profitable season for us. Make sure you come to community. You can watch earnings webinars, or you can watch thousands of my YouTube videos and recaps, or go to Ripster Education and learn there. But make sure you stop trading gut feeling trade, size small, learn the system, learn to trade the system. Let's go to the next one. All right, so next one we're going to discuss is IBM. So let's see what was the plan on IBM for us. IBM was a curl long, right? So I told the traders, you see this is the curl, this is the gap down, this is the curl, Ripster cloud curl, MTF breakout, MTF magnet. So this is called the MTF magnet. Once this MTF breaks, we push to the next MTF. But again, no hindsight, no BS. What was the plan? IBM bearish bias to start, short the pops, curl over 512, but 270 is huge pivot. So As soon as I see this curl, I told the traders 512 curls stops at 265, 266. So you buy here 268, wherever you want to buy, but your stops are right here at 265, or your stops are 266. So if you're buying at 270, you have a $4 risk. And by the time you hit $80, you're making $10 profit. You risk $4. You know, that's a good risk reward. So anyways, that was after I gave the target of 278. That was my morning target because there was an MTF cloud here, and we hit the MTF target, and it pulled back and started to flag. And after that, I told the traders the target is 280. You see 280 was right there. That was the next MTF, and we hit that target as well. And once we broke out of the MTF, we moved our stops up at 278, and from there on we ran to 285s, and once it broke 512, we exited. So you can see that how we started trading it at 268 and all the way to 284. You could make almost 15, 16, $12 worth of profit. You're risking just a couple of dollars or $3 depending on your entry and the options. If you're trading the options, the IBM lot of options, even those lot of options are really going like 280 options went from $1 to $5-6. That's a 400-500% gain. So learn this strategy as well. This is our MTF cloud strategy, MTF magnet strategy, combined with the earnings, so that's really good. This is called gap down curls, and this is one of the strategy I teach all the time, and highly this system work. I show you every day how flawlessly this all works. And I let's go to the next one. All right, so OKLO was pretty clear today. So OKLO was let me see if I can show you that what I had on OKLO. OKLO was, I actually did tweet the setup to you guys on the Twitter as well. Let's take a look here, right? So OKLO was bouncing at this 50-50 MTF cloud. And once we're bouncing from the 50-50 MTF cloud, we are looking for the MTF magnet, the famous MTF magnet system. So that's the MTF cloud system, right? So that gave me conviction because the market was hot. Quantum had some good news, and I could draw this. You could even go to 30-minute chart if you want, but 10-minute was good enough, and you could make this rectangle, which would tell you that there's a setup, right? And no hindsight. I just showed you on Twitter as well that before the move I posted that this can happen, right? And what happened? Let's see what happened later. This is what happened. OKLO went into the MTFs. Look here, this was before and this was the after, and this is nothing new for us, right? I mean, I've been doing this for so many years, right? I've made so much money, lost so much money, and these are the lessons I teach you because I have done it. And thousands of traders have changed their lives. Free education that I've taught. Now we are changing lives in our community as well, where we trade live. I am live on The Voice, actually showing these repeatable setups. Your losers, we will have losers, but they will be small, but the winners will be much bigger. I do cover the losers as well. You can watch other previous YouTube recap videos, but but day like today, it's a high probability. There's so many setups, so that's why I tweet about those. That's why I showed you those setups, so you could learn from these setups, right? So anyways, when OKLO was curling, this was my live guidance. I gave the first target of 127. I told the traders to watch 125, which is a big level, and from that level breakout we pushed towards the 127, 123.50. OKLO did break a cloud in between a little bit right here, but this is called, even this concept is called 512 cloud reclaim. 512 cloud reclaim, and it makes it even more bullish. So you hold it, get back long, and you see we ran from the MTF to the MTF. So you were long at 120 or you were long at 122. Even if you're risking $2, you made $6. $1,000 risk, you made $3,000. So that's how kind of the setup you need to use as the MTF magnet. OKLO was MTF magnet yesterday as well. So I covered it in even in the short, it was an MTF magnet. So make sure you watch that, all the MTF magnet, MTF cloud concepts as well. So very high probability setups. Big winner for us. Now watching for swing trade as well. We'll see how we do tomorrow. But if we break out of 129, it'll be swing back to the highs, bounce to the 140s. Let's go to the next one. All right, so next we're going to discuss a few earning plays. Let's take a look at double A. So double A was another one of our winning earning play. Great guidance by RGV as well. You can see his step-by-step guidance. But I have traded triple A, double A in the before as well. I usually highlight my favorite plays as red. You already saw the IBM Tesla. So bullish bias over MTF for long. So that was the plan on double A. And when double A MTF started to break out, I told the traders MTF long. RGV gave a target of 40 and we hit the 40 target pretty soon. You just have to take it long over the 1 hour MTF clouds, take it long over the market highs, put your stops right, find this support from yesterday, resistance from yesterday, use it as a support, and you take it long all the way. And it did run to 41 and then it pulled back 512s. You can buy it here. Held Ripster clouds, ran on to 41.45, and there was a great guidance on the floor by RGV and thousands of traders in the community. They did literally kill these earning plays, and step-by-step guidance was a beautiful trade there on double A earning setup. Let me talk me about another day to setup, GEV, another day to earning setup, GEV. So GEV was sold off yesterday. GEV was sold off yesterday, but today it was curling over the 1 hour MTF clouds and also had an upgrade. So we had an upgrade on GEV. I highlighted as red, long over 123.50, long over yesterday highs, and you see when it curled, it pulled back, you long it here, 585, 587. You know, trying to complete the MTF magnet. You still got the, I did tell the traders there's a resistance at 600, and that's why where it topped out. But you could easily trade for like 15, 14, 13 bucks, and trading this MTF holds. You see how Ripster clouds work, and this is a day 2 repeatable earning strategy. All right, so let's look at a few others here. A few others that we're going to look at is there were so many movers here. I mean, PLTR was a great mover in the community today. PLTR, we were trading, I tweeted about it as well. Let me show you that here. So PLTR was again the MTF breakout. This is called MTF breakout. So you can trade that MTF breakout, and then we had Hood was our MTF breakout and MTF magnet, right? So Hood was another MTF breakout and MTF magnet. You see, this is the MTF breakout, MTF magnet. I think I did tweet about it as well, you know, because my traders are already on these. My traders are already on these plays, you know, taking care of these plays. So we don't, you can see that pre-market planning on Hood, long over 130, 1 hour MTF breakout. That was the pre-market planning. So the traders are already trading these longs. You can see PLTR long over 175 or 512 curls. So you see the plan was already there to long, and traders were already long on this because Ripster MTF cloud is such a good tool, especially when the market is bouncing, because VIX strategy was again great today. I don't really have to talk about too much, but you know, VIX faded all the way. Maybe I can cover a little bit, but this was the MTF breakout. When market is strong, you long these MTF breakouts, and you know, it will work most of the time. There are many other earning plays today. LRCX was a good earning push, again bouncing from the lower MTF to the higher MTF, you know, so that was good. MTF magnet earning play. There was SMCI was also, I think, our earning play. So that one also was, let's see what was the plan on SMCI. Plan on SMCI was, let's take a look, bearish bias to short, and you could see that it rejected from this MTF and faded to that MTF, another MTF magnet setup. So that these were kind of beautiful setups you could trade in the community, or you could trade if you follow my learnings. I think T-Mobile was another one which was a beautiful short. I mentioned it on the voice, and also we had it on our pre-market planning on T-Mobile. Chop in the pre-market, bearish bias to short. So yeah, so that was another one of the setup. So we covered a lot of our concepts here, but let's wrap up with the kind of covering. Let's wrap up by covering let's wrap up by covering the VIX strategy. Okay, so I try to cover a lot of my setups in this one video. That's why I'm going too fast today. So what do you see if you're trading SPY, QQQ, NASDAQ futures, ES futures? What do you see? You see the SPY running all day, QQQ running all day, NASDAQ future running all day. So how do you trade it? You use Ripster clouds, use VIX, and again, never hindsight from us, never hindsight from me. We are always trading the system. We are always trading the system. always trading the system. Bullish bias to start the day, 1 hour MTF, 5-12 curls, move the stops up, QQQ flags, VIX strategy killing it. Okay, so let me explain. Those who have not seen my previous videos, make sure you watch the SPY QQQ watch list. You will understand that. Okay, simple plan in the pre-market. On the market was use VIX 19. If VIX breaks 19, do not long the market. You know, if it breaks out of 19, if it breaks under it, 1850, you long the market. Use VIX strategy, right? Curl if VIX is weak. So once you see that VIX is breaking the support right here, 1850, even this bounce rejecting from the MTF clouds, even VIX completed the MTF magnet. You see that? Even VIX completed the MTF magnet from this MTF to this MTF. And that was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fade. And that's how you would long on SPY QQQ VIX all day long, hold with clouds, right? So yeah, you could trade anything. You know, I just wanted to cover this briefly. The most of our big trades today in the community. So hopefully this video covers most of our strategies that we do. There's a bunch of more strategies, more setups. Hundreds and hundreds of my more teachings, my concepts, but this gives you a good overview what we do in the community. Hopefully it's helpful and you guys can also learn it. Get Ripster clouds, they are free. Let Gipster, all my indicators, they are all free. They're available in most of the brokers. If you want to join our community, free feel to join. We have tools worth $400-500 which are all free. Option flows, stock scanners, order flow. I'm live, thousands of traders. Feel to join, or you can always learn free at ripstereducation.com and on my YouTube. Make sure you follow all our X accounts as well. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.